Coming up on Sports Paws.
The MAC doubleheader happened at men's and women's lacrosse. Men's lacrosse had their senior day against VMI. Plus, the men's and women's tennis team hosted Niagara this past Sunday. And we'll be speaking with Donovan Brown about how the team has done this season. And men's baseball is going back to the act to try to get in the win column against MIH.
Sports Paws starts right now.
Welcome to Sports Paws. I'm Keith Savage and I'm joined by Gage Kilborn. This is our last time going on this show.
Yeah, it's a bittersweet moment for sure, Keith, but we have so much to dive into tonight, so let's not waste a moment. Although the men's hockey season is over, there are still Bobcats signing pro deals. Let's say you just joined the pro ranks. Vinny Duplessis signed a deal with the Utah Grizzlies out of the ECHL, an affiliate of the Colorado Avalanche. Duplessis has played in 2 games for the Grizzlies with an 0-2 record and a 3.07 goals against average in the ECHL. From the crease to the forward, Zach Tucker signed a pro contract with the Greenville Swamp Rabbits, an ECHL affiliate of the Los Angeles Kings. In his first 3 games in the ECHL, Tucker has registered a goal and an assist for a total tally of 2 points. Staying on the ice, another Bobcat received some national recognition this past weekend in St. Paul. Former Quinnipiac forward Colin Graff may be in the NHL, but he's still receiving recognition for his performance during the season. Graff was named to the AHCA second team in the East after his 49-point season, where he potted 22 goals and tallied 27 assists. In his 5 games played in the NHL, Graff has registered 1 goal with an on-ice rating of -2.
On to the hardware. Some key Bobcats announced returns for next season. Grassroots shooting guard Xavier Lewis announced on Thursday that he will return to the Bobcats, joining sophomore forward Amari Tice and senior forward Paul Tino in announcing returns for the 2024-25 season. Lewis had entered the transfer portal last week but decided to come back to Hamden for his 7th year after redshirting in 2018. Last year, Lewis set a single-season assist record and was a second-team All-MAC player alongside Tice. Now, 3 Atomic Core stars from his historic season will be back. Quinnipiac acrobatic and tumbling team will be heading to West Virginia for the NCAA tournament. The team will be facing off against Frostburg State in a Bobcat vs. Bobcat battle. Mary Ann Powers Unit completed the program's first unbeaten regular season on April 6th. The Bobcats ranked 2nd in the most recent championship rankings, trailing only the Baylor Bears. The Bears have defeated QU in the last 2 years of the tournament and are the reigning national champions. Some members on the acrobatic tumbling team won a weekly NCAA award. Just coming off his summer, Noel is one of the players who won the Specialist of the Week. Was one of the key players, a part of the run for the unbeaten season, and won the dual pass and a quad pass in 2021. New York native has been crucial for their recent success. Lindsay Rudolph Senior Top was also honored by the NCATA, getting an honorable mention for Athlete of the Week after an impressive showing against Canada on April 6th. Now moving on to Wednesday, the men's lacrosse team faced off against Sacred Heart, who was 6-0 in conference play prior to the game. The Pioneers squeaked out a 13-12 win that came down to the final buzzer. The 2 teams were tied at halftime 6-6, but Quinnipiac could not battle back after being down by 4 early in the 4th quarter. Sacred Heart, Morgan O'Reilly, Jake Ward, and Tucker Spencer had 10 of the team goals. John DeLucia led the way from Mason Oaks' squad with 4 scores, the first time all season that QU lost back-to-back games. Now moving on to Saturday. It was men's and women's lacrosse doubleheader in Hamden. Gage, why don't you get this party started?
Oh, Keith, you really spoiled me. But let's get right into it. Men's lacrosse action against the VMI Keydets on senior day in Hamden. And big MAC crucial game as the seniors coming out hoping to ring it in with a win. Entering the 2nd quarter, tied at 4, Jake Tellers dumps it at Trevor Douglas, who rifles it home. Bobcats take the 5-4 lead. Moments later, Steve Germain caps off an incredible 7-0 Bobcat run with a finish through traffic. And my goodness, Quinnipiac is up by 5 heading into halftime. Now in the 3rd quarter, VMI will be on the comeback prowl on a 4-0 run for the first 9 minutes of the half. 4th quarter action up by 1. Trevor Douglas does not roll over and holds the line for the Bobcats, taking the scores even at 12 apiece. Dylan Donnery now making the ball look like it has a mind of its own, dancing into the net. Bobcats go on to defeat the Keydets 13-12 to get back on top. Here's what Mason Poley has to say.
To get the momentum going, to have the women watch us get one. Hopefully they get that confidence and carry it over from us.
Now moving to women's lacrosse, Jordan Christopher side looks to add another MAC win to their schedule. And going right to the fourth quarter, Bobcats down 13-10. And it's Lauren Kenny to Abby Wise, who finds a boom, a score. That brings this game within 2. Now it's Wise with the pass to Ella Grace Delman. And now it's a 1-goal game after Delman hits this one. Now, less than a minute left. And Lindsay Mazaku makes a massive stop. And this game is not over just yet. And Quinnipiac advances the ball up. Jordan Christopher decides to call a timeout. He 10 seconds remaining, and the Bobcats are only down by 1. They have a chance to bring this game into extras. Ella Grace Delman dances around her defender and roofs it up top. We're headed to overtime. Now into overtime, Bobcats lose the face-off in just over 40 seconds, and it's Michaela Fitzpatrick ending the game with their 4th goal. And the Bobcats lose this one 14-13 in overtime.
Sunday was a massive day for tennis on campus. The women's tennis team led things off against Niagara. The Purple Eagles looking to spoil the Bobcats' fun on Senior Day to honor Dominique Yao and her year at Quinnipiac from the St. Francis side of things. Entering the doubles match first, starting with the doubles point with Dominique Yao and Vera Sekarina, and it'll be a Yao backhand that gets the point for the doubles pair. Moments later, into the second doubles pairing, it is Anaga Shankar with a quick return to help give her team the lead. Moments later, it'll be the same pairing, and Shankar once again stifling the Niagara team, and the doubles point goes by way of the Bobcats. Entering the singles match now, in the fourth singles, it is Caitlin Flower to put herself in the advantage in the first set. Moments later, same match, Flower throwing down the hammer and annihilating the Niagara team early on. And moving to the fifth match, it is senior Yao who hits it down the line and stays in to give herself the advantage in that match. Back to Flowers' match as she looks for the final punch out and she delivers. Quinnipiac gets that singles point, leads 2-0. Moving to the sixth singles match, it is Ella Lewis who watches the ball sail out of bounds to secure the set, and the Bobcats will go on to secure the match, winning by the final score of 5-0, as 2 singles matches did not finish as a result of preparing for the men's match against Niagara later that day. Quinnipiac then made the trip down I-95 to take on Fairfield today to determine the top seed in the MAC. The Bobcats fell to the Stags 4-1, ending their undefeated streak in MAC play. Fairfield took down the doubles round 2-1 as Fairfield's Maeve Cassidy and Sarah Liu outdueled Dominique Yao and Barrett Sekarina to claim the point. First year, Anaga Shankar was the only Bobcat to earn a win in singles play. Quinnipiac finishes the regular season 5-1 in conference play and will be the number 2 seed in the postseason tournament. They'll have a rematch with number 3 Niagara in the first round. Moving to the other side of the court, the men's tennis team also hosted Niagara on Sunday for their senior day. The men's team kept their perfect MAC record intact as they took down Niagara 5-2 on Sunday. The Bobcats swept the doubles match to get the early 1-0 lead, and they did not look back. Daniel Bolek defeated Tanner Bedard in straight sets to get the first singles point for the Bobcats. Sharia Sood and Carlos Bralin Simo backed up the performance. Valek to help secure the victory, and the cherry on top of the victory was Donovan Brown's 2-set sweep over Jose Maria Garcia to help secure their 5th MAC win on the season.
We gotta take a quick break on Sports Paws. When we come back, senior men's tennis player Donovan Brown will join the show live in studio for an exclusive interview. We'll pick the brain on the men's tennis season.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. And the baseball team taking on New Jersey Tech in a 3-game series. How did the team fare against the Highlanders? We'll have to wait and see.
It is me, Punxsutawney Phil. Everyone always asks, oh, is Phil going to see his shadow?
What's that? I can't hear you, little girl. You're going to have to speak up.
Well, if you keep yelling, you're not going to be able to hear anything at all.
Is this a part of the show?
Could we turn the heat up? It's like an icebox in here.
I I'm gonna need you guys to turn it down a little bit. I'm clearly in the middle of a show here.
A show? I thought this was a eulogy.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made home ownership happen. Homeschooling yourself on loans, beefing up your credit score.
So I'm pre-approved.
You were like, yes! Sorry. Color coding listings, ticking boxes, and flushing every toilet in a 20-mile radius. Home sweet home. You aced house hunting. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
Welcome back to Sports Paws. Joining us at the desk now, Ms. Men's Tennis player Donovan Brown. Donnie, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling great, man. Thanks for having me.
Start off, you guys are red hot right now. One of the best teams in the MAC. How special has the season been?
The season's been really special. You know, we've had quite a bit of a rocky start in the beginning of the year. Played a lot of tough teams, you know, but we were able to come back, you know, focus up and, you know, get ready for the postseason. So
They got a tough opponent ahead of you against Fairfield, a team that's been pretty consistent throughout the MAC this season. Another team is undefeated. What's your mindset entering that game?
Just dominate, you know, just dominate, do what we've been doing well all year, and yeah, just, you know, eyes on the prize and focus on what's important.
You know, you guys haven't lost here in Hampton with the new court. You know, first time in your career at Quinnipiac of having your own court. How great has it been playing there?
Feels great. You know, being able to like bring your friends out and have them support you is, you know, it means a lot. You know, we've had like at least 2 to 3 years of just, you know, people asking, hey, you know, can we come to your game, this and that, I want to watch, and we never really had a facility that was big enough for them to, you know, come and sit down and, you know, cheer us on. So now having, you know, our courts here is just, yeah, it's really special. So.
Going off of that home court, you having your senior day here on Sunday, how did that feel for you for your years of hard work at Quinnipiac to finally get that recognition you deserve?
Yeah, it felt great. I've seen so many seniors before me just, you know, go through that ceremony and, you know, seeing them get the love that they got. And, you know, now for me to have that is just, it's really special. It felt great. So.
Now your doubles partner, Makar Arakaki, I believe is how you pronounce it.
Right,
yeah. What is your relationship with him like on and off the court? Can you walk us through that?
Yeah, we're like brothers basically. You know, a lot of people call us Rush Hour. It's a funny little thing that we have going on, but yeah, you know, we're really tight and we understand our games inside and out, and we just try to play off our, you know, our synergies and, you know, just, you know, yeah, have a good team chemistry, you know, things like that. So yeah.
All right. Now one final question: who would you choose on your doubles pair between either Keith or I? Who would you choose?
Oh, you know the right answer.
To be honest, I'd have to go Keith.
That's
you know,
okay.
I've seen his
That's a
game.
good relationship.
Yeah.
I get that. All right. Thank you so
yeah.
much, Donovan. We all really appreciate your time. And now, the men's baseball team went on to take on Sacred Heart last Tuesday. They went on to lose the game, but afterwards, Ben Rickovich spoke with someone a head coach of Sacred Heart. Let's see what he has to say.
A Northeast Conference Pitcher of the Year, second in all-time career wins by a Quinnipiac pitcher, and 8 years as an assistant coach, including the 2019 MAC title run. Former Quinnipiac pitching coach and Quinnipiac alumnus Pat Egan returned to Hampton, Connecticut to lead his Sacred Heart Pioneers against his alma mater. And Coach John Delaney remembers the time with Egan on his staff fondly.
He's one of my best friends. You know, he's He was here for 8 years with me, helped build this thing, helped get us to a regional, and he's done a great job at Sacred Heart. He's grown himself into a great head coach.
With Egan being only 2 seasons removed from his coaching role at Quinnipiac, many active players played under Egan, and those relationships are still strong.
I had a great relationship with the players when I was here. We may not stay in constant contact throughout the season, but I watch those guys closely, and I obviously root for them no matter what. And, with Swenny and Seb and Seaberg and seeing those guys kind of going through what they're going through, it's tough. I wish that, that didn't happen to them, both them, the club, John. It's a tough spot to be in for those guys to go down.
For Egan, coming back to Hamden brings back memories. Accomplishing the program's biggest goal of winning titles are at the top of his list.
When we won the regular season title on our home field, and also when we did it when we were coaches. Those 2 moments I won't forget, just because I remember the players asking me in the dugout when we were coaching, is it all right if we dogpile? I'm like, absolutely. You just, you worked your tail off to get to this point. And to get the chance to win the regular season. That stuff doesn't happen all the time, and it's really hard, and you got to appreciate it when it happens.
Egan was Delaney's right-hand man during his 8 years in the Quinnipiac dugout. Delaney cherishes the memories of winning with Egan.
We built this thing from nothing to something. My best memory with him was after winning the MAC tournament in 19, and him and I embracing after that, because we put a lot into this to get the program to where it was, from nothing to something, and it was like an emotional moment for the both of us to be able to get it to that point, something that no one really thought was going to happen, and we were able to do that.
Quinnipiac and Sacred Heart are not done playing each other yet this season, as the Bobcats will travel to Fairfield to play the Pioneers on May 14th. For Q30 Sports, I'm Ben Rukavicius.
John Delaney's squad then opened a 3-game set against the New Jersey Institute of Technology on Friday. Let's roll the tape. Highlanders, Quinnipiac on Friday. Quinnipiac looking to bounce back after their back-to-back losses over the week. We'll see how they do. Entering the 3rd inning, already down 3-0, when Highlanders first baseman Luke Longo launches this one deep and gone. A moonshot, folks. And just like that, 5-0 Highlanders early on in this one. Bottom of the inning. Quinnipiac looking for an answer early. And at a shortstop, Dominic Proctor, who puts the Bobcats on the board with a solo shot to get the party started in Hamden. And it is now 5-1 NJIT. Entering the 5th inning of work. NJIT catcher Cade Laidhoff adds on another one for the Highlanders by blasting a solo home run. And it is a slug party in Hamden, folks. And just like that, NJIT is up by 5, entering the 7th inning. Down 6-3, Bobcats tender fielder lifts a fly ball to the right field when Kevin Putski just misses the grab. Keegan O'Connor on his way to 3rd with a triple on his horse, and he gets there in plenty of time. After Christian Smith drove in O'Connor to tie the game, Bobcats DH CJ Willis crushes the ball the other way as he's rounding the bases on his way to 3rd, sprinting at as well. Smith slides headfirst into home to put the Bobcats up by 1, and they will not look back. Quinnipiac pulling off the come-from-behind victory over the Highlanders, winning by the final score 12-7 on Friday.
The Bobcats look to continue the win streak on Saturday down in New Jersey. John Delaney's crew has 2-0 in the 3rd inning. Coming off an extra innings loss, coming to 2 innings, and Albert Choi proceeded to walk it off with a home run in the 10th for the home team. Even though Quinnipiac could not maintain the lead and stay in the win, Collins junior pitcher Mason Olsh had his best performance of the season. He had a 7-inning scoreless outing that includes 7 strikeouts. Going into the game, the Pennsylvania native had a 10.59 ERA. The Bobcats had a chance to take the series on Sunday in Game 3 back at home. Let's get right into it. Coming off an extra innings loss, the Quinnipiac Bobcats wanted to bounce back here in Hamden right to the 1st. Bobcats offense looks to get the 1st run. They do exactly that as CJ Willis roped a single into center field to score Keegan O'Connor to give the Bobcats an early lead. Now on top of the 3rd, the Highlanders answer if they run of their own as Willis can't corral the ball from Proctor, and AJ Silver comes across the plate to tie the game. Now at the 4th inning, the Bobcats have their eyes on his turn as Spencer Shard drives in Proctor on his first extra base hit as the Bobcat, and O'Connor takes a walk to the bases loaded. Quinnipiac up 3 runs after 4. Now it's time to go on to the 9th inning. The Bobcats score another run before it, but Highlanders aren't going anywhere just yet. Cole Campbell blasts a solo shot to take another run on the board for NJIT. When Andrew Rabayo starts to find himself, but first let's see some base running right here. 5-2 Quinnipiac. Well, right here, Andrew Rabayo starts to find himself in trouble by running an RBI single to Kate Laidhoff. 5-3 Quinnipiac. getting close in this ball game. But the Bobcats defense would help them close the doors. Rabayo gets the ground ball. Proctor gives the mat to Rose, who gets the run at second and goes to Willis at first to give the Twin feeling. Now, Bobcats celebrate after they get that big-time win against the Highlanders. As Quinnipiac pitching only surrenders 13 runs in the weekend series, the Bobcats will prepare themselves for a tough Canisius team that comes to town on Friday for a weekend series. Family and baseball go hand in hand. Q30's Aaron Epstein has more on family's connection between the Bobcats and Highlanders.
Taylor and Tyler Rogers, Alexis and Edwin Diaz, and Frank and Joey Kreska. What do those three all have in common? They're all brothers who also pitch.
It's rare that you're able to get two brothers from opposite teams to play each other. It's rare. So when it does happen, it's a unique experience. You kind of just want to cherish it away.
The Bobcats hosted the NJIT Highlanders this weekend in a 3-game series. One of Quinnipiac's relievers, Frank Kreska, has found a home in Hamden after transferring from Lafayette. Kreska spoke about how it feels to finally face off against his brother for the first time after years of playing together.
It's cool. I mean, all the years we spent growing up playing together and all the time we spent working hard, getting to this point, playing at Division I level, and then now to finally go up against each other in a regular season game, it was awesome.
There was more at stake in this series for Highlanders pitcher Joey Kreska compared to any other regular season matchup.
Obviously, bragging rights at the Thanksgiving dinner table. But looking at it from like a bigger perspective, it kind of feels just like a classic battle between your brother. We had some competitive wiffle games back in the backyard when we were younger. When we're on the field during the game today, we're going to be enemies, you know, trying to beat each other. But after the game, it's all love.
The Kreska family weren't the only ones who were invested in this sibling rivalry. Their teammates had their backs, and this led to a more energetic series.
It absolutely was a playoff atmosphere in the sense that, you know, this is about bragging rights. You know, at the end of the day, like we spent time in the backyard growing up playing football games with my other brother, Petey, my sisters. So to actually have it translate at this stage, bragging rights are on the line for sure.
Even with the playoff-like environment, the brothers still had a brief moment of brotherly love.
Last night's game, I think there was a pitching change, and we kind of caught each other's attention, and we're just signaling stuff back and forth at each other, laughing. So it's pretty cool. It's fun.
Frank and the Bobcats host Canisius for a 3-game series next weekend. For Q30 Sports, I'm Aaron Epstein.
That was just a lot of sports we just covered.
Yeah, Keith, but there's plenty more coming up that you don't want to miss. When we come back, we're staying on the diamond, and the softball team continues its max slate with a 3-game set against the Mount St. Mary's Mountaineers.
And then the grand finale, the top 5 plays of the week. I think we have a Sports Center play in there this week, Gage. Stay tuned. Sports Talk will be right back.
Hey hashtag, welcome to my crib tour. You're just in time for our show tonight.
Hollywood News Update is clearly better than New York Minute.
No,
the debates, it's juicy, it's gossip, it's brand new.
Alright, let's let them settle this. We'll go to the control room. What's up, guys?
We're just getting ready for tonight's show, which for those who don't know, hashtag that is an e-news style entertainment news show.
It's also a great way to get the latest and all celebrity drama.
That's it for our crib tour. To see more on hashtag that, tune in at Mondays at 7 p.m. at q30tv.com/watch.
I think it's just vapor with flavor.
It won't hurt my kid like cigarettes, right?
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
My kid?
My kid knows it's dangerous.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Honey, what I think you need is a socket wrench.
I played JV basketball.
I'm sorry. I don't think it looks right.
This is good, and it's all good, baby.
Is it really all good?
If you love me enough to routinely test your handyman skills, not to mention the strength of your marriage, then of course you'll visit nhtsa.gov/therightseat to make sure I'm in the right car seat.
I'm gonna call my dad.
Type 2 diabetes can have a big impact on your life, but how can it be prevented? Well, the first step is knowing if you have prediabetes, a serious medical condition that puts you at high risk for type 2 diabetes. 1 in 3 American adults has prediabetes, but more than 80% don't know they have it. The good news is, prediabetes can be reversed, and for many people, healthy changes in their daily routine can make a big difference. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Thanks for sticking with us. We'll keep it on the diamond where the softball team had a series at Mount St. Mary's. The Bobcats won a 3-game series, taking 2 of the 3 in Maryland. On Saturday, Sidney Horan pitched a complete game in the team 2-1 victory. The next day was a doubleheader, and the Mountaineers had full control in the first match, which was the Mounts who won 5-2. But Quinnipiac had the final laugh with a massive 14-5 win. Graduate student catcher Hannah Davis had 2 home runs at 5 RBIs. He was now 6-6 in conference play and will host Sacred Heart on Wednesday.
We've got another portal update from the women's ice hockey team. Sophomore Madison Chandler stayed within the conference, committing to Clarkson on Friday. The news was announced on the team's Instagram. The former Bobcat from London, Ontario spent 2 years in the blue and gold, recording 21 goals and 13 assists in 77 games played. She will now look to take on a new role with the Golden Knight team, fresh off a run all the way to the Frozen Four.
Women's golf finished first in the Fairleigh Dickinson Invitational last week and looked to continue the hot streak at the Navy Spring Invitational. The first round took place on Saturday, and Quinnipiac tied in 3rd place with the Columbia at 322 points. Pennsylvania led the way at 310 and Navy in second at 318. The final round was the next day, where KU finished in second with 298 points for a total of 620 for the entire weekend. That was not enough to defeat Pennsylvania, who played the invitation with 612 points. Quinnipiac will be back in action on Friday as the team opens play at the MAC Championship in Florida.
Switching from the links to the track, the women's outdoor track and field team made the trip to Pennsylvania to compete in the Bison Classic. The big moment of the Invitational was when distance runner Liv DeStefano broke the program record for the 10K race. DeStefano ran a 35-minute and 32-second finish, which was placed in her 8th overall in the event. The Bobcats had 3 runners who finished in the top 10 and had 9 who finished in the top 15 of their respective events. Meanwhile, on the field, Olivia DeBellis broke the outdoor pole vaulting program record by completing a 3.55-meter jump.
Gage, we've been on Sports Paws 3 times together. You know what my favorite part about it is?
It's got to be going on air with me, Keith.
It is
right?
not, Gage, but it's top 5 plays. You started off.
All right, sounds good to me, Keith. On to play number 5 at the tennis courts, Anaga Shankar with nice quick attack. Nobody's expecting that one. Quinnipiac wins 5-0.
Play number 4, we head to the lacrosse field. It's Ryan Donnery to Steven Germain, and he rips a shot from Sleeping Giant to break the game within 1.
Now to play number 3, hitting the dirt. Natalie Apatiga hits a 2-run whammy out of here. And that will be, Quinnipiac will come on to win 7-5 in extras.
On to play Doze, heading back to the turf. Ella Grace Stelman with a chance to send this one to overtime. She capitalizes and does it with 4 seconds left to the clock. What a replay right there.
Staying on the turf, but hitting the diamond, it is play number 1 in Sports Center top play. As you see, it hits the glove of Jerriton Bardo, hands off to Rosa to make the final play for the out. Quinnipiac will go on to lose to Sacred Heart.
What a play, Gage, but it's time to say your farewell. Start us off.
All right. Now, this is my final time being on Sports Paws. The first show I saw as an incoming student was Sports Paws back in the fall of 2020. As being a former producer of the show, I am beyond proud of watching the show grow into where it is today and being a part of the producing staff that helped put the show on the national map with a national championship special last year. I would like to say thank you to Ethan Lowe, Dylan Summer, and Clever Stripes for giving me an opportunity to improve my talents and try new risks. Some big memories I'll never forget while being on this show includes interviewing Emily Young about her running career at Quinnipiac and branching the sports coverage outside its norm by covering sports that tend to get overlooked on campus.
Q30 has certainly been an adventure for me, but I would not change a single thing. I've been an associate producer of Sports Paws my sophomore year, a 3-year field talk beat reporter, and a 2-year men's basketball beat reporter. I could have made my entire goodbye about what I did in those roles, but that's not what I'm doing. I want to explain the impact this organization truly had on my life and how current students need to maximize their time here. You always hear people say college is the time to try new things out. I attempt to do exactly that with Q30. I practiced with the Division I field talking team, did an interview while playing basketball, and I even tried to make my own late night show twice. People say they have regrets of not doing more here, but I don't have any. For the students that have more time, I encourage you to not be like everyone else and do the same old stories. Going on a different route, I found out last year that one of my favorite things is being a mentor and seeing how much people can grow. As a men's basketball field talk beat reporter, I love seeing the improvement of Brittany Brown-Liebert, Becky Calkins, Benrick Vicious, and Maeve Campbell. I knew coming in they all had great potential and just wanted them to realize it. I look forward to not seeing just them grow, but everyone in Q30. Do not be afraid to give people advice on how to improve their content and on-air abilities. Something I wish I received as a first year in software because I would stare at the camera and have horrendous framing packages. Put the competition aside and help people grow. That was a lot of talking for me, so remember this. You do not want to have any regrets. Be that mentor because you do not know how far it will go. And that's all we have for Sports Paws.
Yeah, make sure to stay up to date on all Q30 Sports content by following Q30 Sports on X and Instagram. Also check our website at Q30TV.com. For all the producers and everyone working so diligently behind the scenes, thank you. I'm Gage Kilborn.
And I'm Keith Savage. Peace out, Bobcats.